I spent my whole life hating my childhood girl best friend, until Arya and I hated each other ever since we met in preschool. But our parents were best friends who work in the same law firm, so we were forced to spend every waking moment together. But we never stopped reminding each other how much we hated each other. Arya put glitter in my shampoo the night before picture day. I came to school sparkling like a disco ball. "You look like a fairy princess," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. I retaliated by telling everyone she kissed her pillow and called it practice. She screamed at me in the hallway. "I'm going to end you, Angus." She didn't speak to me for a month. I told myself it was the best month of my life. Despite our obvious hatred, my mom would watch us fight and smile. This tension is just unresolved feelings. Arya's dad would laugh and add, "One day you'll thank us for keeping you close." We'd both gag. "I would rather die alone," Arya said once at dinner. "I'd rather date a lamppost," I shot back. Our parents just exchanged knowing looks. My mom would say, "Sure you would, sweetie." Then we both graduated law school. The job market was drier than the Sahara Desert, and our parents knew it. They invited us both to dinner one night, and my mom stood up holding her wine glass like she'd won the lottery. "We're giving you both positions at our firm." Arya's mom pulled out 2 matching work lanyards with our names printed side by side. Arya looked at me with pure horror. I looked back the same way, and working together was just as unbearable as I thought it would be. On the first day, Arya accidentally forwarded my email that had a typo to the entire office to embarrass me. I got her back by scheduling all her client calls during her lunch breaks. She had to eat her homemade lasagna with vegan cheese while taking notes. "You're evil," she hissed at me. "You're welcome," I said with a smirk. She left sticky notes on my computer. "Your coffee breath is a legal liability." I left one on her chair. "Your voice makes witnesses confess just to escape the sound." We were destroying each other slowly and deliberately. After a brutal week of fighting over everything, I met a girl on Tinder and met her at a bar downtown. She had a warm smile and good posture. I told myself I liked her. We were finishing dessert when I heard it, that unmistakable laugh. Arya was sitting 3 tables away with some guy in an expensive suit. Me and Arya's eyes met across the bar. She grabbed her date and walked straight toward us. "Angus, what are the odds?" She turned to my date with the fakest smile I'd ever seen. "I'm Arya. We work together. Our parents own a firm and force us to run it because they think we're soulmates. It's actually tragic." I looked at her confused and weirded out that she would tell my date that. My date turned to me with furrowed brows. "I thought you said you weren't close with your coworkers." "We're not close," I nervously explained. "Our parents just know each other." Next thing I knew, I was telling my date and the guy in the expensive suit about how Arya once cried for 3 hours because a pigeon landed on her head. She fired back with, "Remember when you wet yourself on the 7th grade field trip?" We were yelling memories across the bar like grenades. Every embarrassing moment we'd stored up for years came pouring out. By the time I looked back, my date was grabbing her purse. "You two deserve each other," my date said with disgust. Then she walked out. Arya's date had already left. We stood there in silence, both of us breathing heavy. The bartender asked if we needed water or therapy. We walked back to our cars without saying a word. The next week at work, something shifted. Arya started showing up in outfits she'd clearly put thought into. She brought me coffee without being asked. My exact order that I'd never told her about. She left sticky notes on my desk, but now they said things like, "Good luck with the case today." I didn't know what to do with it. I kept waiting for the trap, but it never came. Then I noticed myself changing too. I started looking forward to seeing her in the mornings. I'd feel disappointed when she left early. I caught myself watching her during meetings, noticing how she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was focused, how her voice softened when she talked to nervous clients. One night, when we stayed late preparing for a big trial, everything came to a head. We were exhausted, surrounded by papers and empty coffee cups. She fell asleep on the couch in the back office. I told myself I'd just rest my eyes for a minute. I woke up with her head on my chest and my arm around her waist. She opened her eyes slowly. Neither of us moved. "Angus," she whispered, "what's happening to us?" "I don't know," I admitted. She spoke again. "I was so jealous of your date that night. That's why I ruined it. I couldn't stand watching you with someone else." My chest tightened. "I've been thinking about you constantly, even when I don't want to. I've been dressing up for you," she admitted. I took a deep breath. I noticed. She looked at my lips, then back at my eyes. "Everyone keeps saying we belong together." "I know. So what do? We could keep telling our parents they're wrong." She smiled. "What's the other option? We prove them right."